Welcome back with my friend.
Stay fun.
Welcome to part 2. So, probably if you're not a fan, this ain't it. And also, if you don't like spoilers, this isn't the video as well. You can watch other videos. We did some deep diving on this stuff because why not? We do it once, hopefully. Don't make it too many times.
It was a cool video
Give us
clip,
time,
so
give us time.
I didn't mind.
Yeah, facts.
Let's go!
The dissect we did is from the individual members. I all written down left side on my screen. We have like some notes on the right side. There are some pictures we did some screenshots. Actually, what we both did, we just looked at the video a couple of times and tried to dissect every storyline. We did the individual members, individual scenes and the storyline, notable shots, names and the connections in between, and of course the big is timelines and what's connected with each other.
Yeah.
And let's just say we learned a lot after seeing it a couple of times. We missed out on some stuff. Just a little.
Yeah, a lot of details in the clip.
So let's start off with Sejun. The timeline the main timeline was 2019, and then the second timeline was 2009, because the main timeline was, we'll get there in a sec. That's how we dissected it first. So there's straight off the bat, like one notable thing we saw on the coffee cup on the table, and it was like a heart, and I thought I saw it before, but we tried to do as less Googling as possible. Some things we had to do because we can't understand Tagalog, so we had to translate that.
And some details we thought might be interesting, we Googled.
One of the things was the heart.
Eventually this is our take of what we think the video clip is about and what the storylines are about. So we just let you know what we found and what we think is important in the video, and the little Easter eggs, if you may say so. And we just walk through them, and indeed this little icon on the coffee mug, you see it later as well, or maybe even before above the love piece of Ken, you see the icon as well, and it looked so familiar, but
we couldn't find it.
Again, we did a reverse image search.
Was on 16 seconds. We'll leave some, I think some timestamps in, and sometimes it's just you'll see it on the picture. But we just look at the lines and saw like 19, so we think it's just from SB19.
Yeah, I thought there were 18 lines.
Or 18 from 18 or 19 from SB19.
It's like a heart shaped. It's a line drawing, and it's in heart shaped, and it's made. I think it's made up of 18 lines, depending if you count this as one or two.
Facts.
But for me, it's a straight line, so it's 18 lines. So it's their love towards the 18.
Yeah, I understand what you did.
It's the SB19 love towards the 18. That's what I think the icon is, and you see it only twice in the video, or on the mug and above the graffiti. Maybe somewhere else where we missed it, but that's what I think the icon is.
Okay. Back to Sejun's storyline. What we found because of this shot, music lover. Because of the headpiece, of course, and the Walkman.
The Walkman,
in 2019.
old school.
But then again, whatever.
We're in 2019, but I think he has it from 2009 as memories. He keeps it. Just like some people still use an iPod, like the first generation. I understand. It's cool stuff.
The picture on the stand is from a girl standing on a railing.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Then we found the calendar of his on the 14-second mark of 2019.
Which confirms the timeline.
He drinks coffee.
Sadness. Drinking coffee.
Then the next shot is of the sound break.
Yeah.
And then
we also have different theories about that now. So Soundbreak is a band, but then you came up with the other theory because that makes more sense. Sejun always says the break part when they say get in the zone, break. So sound break, we think that's why it's a reference towards that little part. And also we think you see a lot of music references. So Sejun definitely loves music, and Hanggang Huli is not only towards the love that he lost, but also towards music. That's what we think.
The shoebox full of memories also shines light on his sadness. In the dark, constantly in the dark, every shot of him is the darkness.
Nice detail. Yeah.
So sad vibes.
Yeah.
He's then looking at the picture of the school. We see Justin in this picture.
Yeah.
And that's it. Otherwise, we'll go around in other timelines.
Yeah.
But that the one thing we don't know for sure.
Thought that we don't know that, like, if the guy is a character in the story or just a side role that with no name, or maybe.
Let's be honest. It doesn't look like Ken.
Know.
It doesn't look like a Josh. But maybe their hairstyle was different back in the days. They had
We're
different
talking
shape.
2009. I mean, my hairstyles in 2009 were
is
weird.
long ago.
Yeah.
So that's the only guy we couldn't put our finger on from who is that from the group, or is it an outsider?
Yeah, just like the girl on the right.
Yeah.
I think that's
Also an
unknown.
outsider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, next picture is him crying, looking at something down, and then I think we see the newspaper.
Yeah, the newspaper.
Oh yeah, then we see the newspaper, the reunion. Now we saw
SB something.
Traheggio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The
Little detail. A lot of references to SB.
Did a translation
19s.
of it. Reunion ended in tragedy.
Yeah.
That's what it said. So
tragedy, we were right. Tragedia.
Yeah, reunion also.
The other parts in between we googled. So obviously a reunion in 2015. So they
top part?
Yeah, high school ended 2009. That was their last year, the final year. A few years later, reunion, tragedy. Still, we don't know what's going on at this point, but we see Sejun crying. So tragedy, Sejun crying.
Something
it's
has
about
happened.
love, and
it's in a newspaper, so
Yep.
you know something happened.
Yeah.
Then we see a bus shot of Sejun looking outside, but just a couple of seconds later, you see the Josh crossover in the hallway in the back.
Same bus.
Okay,
They're
same
taking
bus.
the same bus.
So same timeline.
Yeah.
Then we see him in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
First time, still with the headphones and the music
the
with him.
headphones, and also on the wheelchair you see some decals and stickers on the side, and I think one of them is Oasis, but I'm not sure because you don't see the last letter or the remaining letters. So maybe Oasis has been an influence on Sejun's music, or maybe just loves to listen to Oasis. You see the Spotify kind of logo, and the music is live kind of thing. So I think he also it's a double love till the end.
Yeah.
So it's
Double entendre.
Yeah, exactly. It's the girl he lost, but also the music in general. Yeah.
And then it ends with him looking at the light and smiling.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw in all storylines at the end, it's smiling.
The main character,
And,
the guys.
Hanggang Huli stuff.
It's the
Love at
acceptance.
the
That's
end.
the acceptance
Yeah.
part. When the song is about acceptance.
Yeah.
So at the end, they love unconditionally, forever, someone, something. If we're talking about music, and in the end, they all smile. Like really sad times, and they lose someone. Sejun is the darkest, I think, when you think about death. But he still smiles, and he's been in the dark the whole time, and in the end with the sun he breaks a smile. So
I think I didn't put it in this map, but I think with him you see the three rest in peace persons.
Also.
We'll do that at the end because we couldn't merge that in other things.
Yeah, so I counted 2. I don't know why the first time I saw it, but there were 3 actually. And the final one with what was her name? Constantine A. Hermosa. we don't know if that's.
It's questionable because there was somebody on the nightstand of his, and we couldn't put a name toward that person.
Yeah.
Because it was a bit.
From the women, we only found 2 names.
2 names.
Yeah, so
and
maybe,
3 on the walls, of course, of 3 on the trees.
But we don't know if it's real characters or maybe real people. I mean, not even characters in this. Like maybe reminiscence of important people to them. To maybe SB19 members.
That's what we thought.
Yeah, that might be something, or some hidden meaning, because one was something with Del Mundo, also of the world, roughly translated. So maybe it's more just a wordplay.
So our only connection with the girls was the one on the nightstand, and the name might be Constantine or Hermosa. We don't know. However, we do know our connection with the member part is it was with Justin in high school. They walked around and stuff.
Same
On the same class in the picture. That was 2009 high school. And Josh, very short in the bus. No other interactions with him. Just the shot of him walking by.
Yeah.
And
but still connected.
The one you found, the notable shots?
Oh yeah, the book I thought was interesting because I also googled the author, but I couldn't find anything. Not with the same name, but it said in the bottom how music can transform the way we live and love. So I think that might be a quote that Sejun lives by, and it's really cool to think about how this song might change someone's life and help somebody accept things through music.
Like we said, we went deep in this one.
Yeah. we did it correctly, hopefully.
And then at the end we found out in the comment section every day is wrong. Okay.
But yeah, that's what we found so far.
Yeah, that's our conclusion of Sejun.
Yeah.
And Stell, next timeline.
Yeah, Stell, my man.
2034, because on the notes, that's where we found the time. It's only 34.
First I was like, it's a date, and it's like 34. No, it's something else. Maybe we're missing something. So he works in the So Brewed Cafe, and he's a barista, obviously. Maybe you take it over.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Stell, and all of a sudden, yo, get out! I'm doing this.
This is my show. No.
So we did see some pictures like this one on 90 seconds mark, and we couldn't like. Sometimes we had a hard time on zooming in and actually noticing what it said.
It became blurry. It was not too clear. So what we thought, when it's really blurry, then we're not meant to read it, and when it's sharp, we're supposed to read it.
Yeah. So here's the whole note part, and I wrote it down.
Just like the individual teaser, you also saw Stell with some notes.
So the first note said, "Hi, I know it's your favorite spot. Have a nice day." So it starts off by just a greeting of him to a girl, like anonymously.
Yeah.
And then
you get introduced to the story.
Yeah. Okay. The next one was good luck today on 2004. Then it said Sana Masaya ka araw-araw. We know araw from araw gabi. I hope you are happy every day.
Oh.
There you go. That's a good note right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So
fits the narrative.
Yeah. So, but first, I'll put it back one bit because it was a bit messed up. This bit. He said one note. Then he was looking to somebody. Stell with the glasses on for the first time we see him then we see the backside with a lot of text.
This way, start here. Like a line or a cue.
Coffee time. So that's pretty, of course, known for the coffee shop.
Arabica,
then we see her for the first time, the girl he is looking at and putting notes for. Then we start off with the good luck today. On the 20th of 2034. Then the Sana Masaya ka araw-araw. Yeah, like I said. And it keeps on shifting and sometimes
this one was impressive because it was angled and you actually could read it.
Found it. But on one I couldn't. So on 26/05/2034 he said you are someone's motivation. very questionable if it says something different, let me know, but I
think
thought
you're
it
right.
said you're someone's motivation.
You're 100% right.
And it's a dope line.
And the smiley face at the
Yeah,
end.
and the smiley face at the
Yeah.
end. And then this one was too much Tagalog for me, so I couldn't understand. It was very hard, but you can see the date-ish. The first bit is very unclear. It was on, for somebody who wants to know, 1 minute 15. I just couldn't. Something 06 2034, and it's in front. But no clue. Let me know if you know. So then we have a side view of her, and then she's reading.
And
the
you can see
letter.
that she's looking for whoever left that note or
Yeah.
leaves all those notes. She's looking left and right. So at this point, she doesn't know it's from Stell.
Anonymously, so he leaves like 4 notes, maybe 5, because one is on the side and we don't know if it's a new note or the same note.
Yeah.
So I just thought, well, I'll just put 1. Then the next shot is the first time we see the crossover happening from those two, the Ken and the Stell one. Then we see like a sad phrase from Stell, because he sees them together, as in the girl he was looking for and maybe trying to hook up with, with somebody else.
The one he's leaving notes for over a time period of 2 months, right?
2 months.
He said exactly 2 months.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 months also says something. Maybe an Easter egg we didn't know. Maybe you guys know. I actually
very
maybe it's just coincidence that it's
we don't
exactly
know.
2 months
Yeah,
that just fits the storyline.
That's a lot of notes.
Yeah.
So she's happy with somebody else, and then we see the shot that's turning, and actually it's really clear, and it says on 1606 2034, I'm Stell. First time that he's mentioning his name, the one who serves your coffee every time. I like you. So he's acknowledging.
With that
and
notes,
saying,
he would have known whoever was the one who was writing the notes.
Yeah.
But she left with the guy, so she will never know, probably. At least in the stories, she will never know.
What have we learned? Just say it.
Don't wait 2 months.
But we then see he's sad, of course. But in a shot after, almost at the end, we go back to Stell in the coffee shop, and then the line, of course, from the whole song comes in. He's just happy. He's happy for her.
He breaks a smile.
He smiles on it.
Yeah, he accepted it.
So the connection with the girl, we only know it's the coffee girl, and we haven't found any other connections.
No bracelets or anything that refer to other characters in the clip, so it's just a standalone girl woman crush of Stell. Also the guy, we don't know.
No clue who that.
So it's just crushes Stell. That's her name.
Yeah,
Stell's crush.
But the connection with the members is Ken, and we know that. We saw that. Notable shots, maybe a notable
cool
thing.
shots,
Cool
but
shots,
not with hidden meaning. At least not.
And his storyline was already with the first few.
Maybe the flower, but we'll mention that in a separate section. Yeah.
But the one storyline of his was quite easy to understand, because it was like in a coffee shop the whole time. For him was pretty easy.
I think that was the easiest to understand.
Straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat.
Easy,
understood.
like the blushing and then the looking and the smiling. Yeah. All right, so transition to the next storyline.
Ken. Bad boy.
Timeline, we got it from him meeting Stell.
Yeah.
And because of the notes, of course, it's 2034.
Same
That's
age,
the only
still.
timeline we found for him.
Yeah.
So it starts off as him, the graffiti guy.
Yeah.
With some colors. That's the one you noticed, right?
Yeah. So at first I saw the deep red, and then the purple later, but I don't know why the purple. But the deep red is really focused, so that would, and also
maybe
it says
something.
deep because not just red, it's deep red. So I think he has a big crush maybe on the girl he sees, the tomboy kind of girl you see dancing around. And then
we're not there yet.
yeah, okay. So the deep breath next. And then you see the love piece.
See him for the first time, of course, singing, and then there you go.
See the tomboy dancing.
Or just a girl with a hat on.
Yeah, not necessarily a tomboy.
No.
But I think they did it on purpose with the hat, so...
But you translate it from the back.
Yeah.
And the first time you just notice a girl for a fact.
Yeah, he likes it. And then the can he drops. You see him working on that art piece that he chooses the black for the lining of his graffiti piece. But then he drops the black one, so the deep red transitions into black. I think that's symbolic for his love.
Yes, we're sometimes also going for the far-fetched
which maybe are totally irrelevant, but I mean there's a reason, right?
Well, we did a deep dive, so why not do the deep dive?
And some guessing.
Yes, guesswork.
You guys can help us out and
guess the myths.
I'm
doing that with cakes as well. Okay, so back to the storyline.
There's not good as well.
For him, it's also the Ken and Stell match, of course, in the coffee shop.
Yep.
That reflection of the eye sees two hands holding
pretty cool.
with the bracelet. With the bracelet is going to be a connection later on.
Yeah.
To somebody, and then we see that the crush he has is already with somebody else.
That's probably why I say
and
tomboy.
that's why the connection with the tomboy, because it's with another girl.
Yeah.
So those two are then connected. But it goes into kind of a hero mode, because you see a shot of the girl walking and outside.
Yeah.
Somebody's grabbing her. Ken sees it and straight up takes some action and punches the guy in the face. Then you're missing some shots, but the end result is you see him, I think, kind of with a black eye, right?
You see the
scratches.
I mean, it's not really a black eye, but you see the scratches and you see the girl shouting, "Thank you." At least, I think it's quite obvious, "Thank you," but maybe it's some Tagalog that similar to "thank you."
Maybe, who knows?
But it looks like "thank you," and then Ken
Salamat.
turns around and just like always, they accept it and they smile.
Yeah, that's the main take
the,
from all the storylines. At the end, they found their own happy place.
The acceptance, so they can smile again. Yeah.
Facts. So in the end shot is actually the real end shot is the love of the world.
It's gravity piece.
In the end.
Yeah.
So the connection with only one girl who his name we kind of can. Should we already do it or do it later on? I think another connection of Josh will do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So it's with the girl we saw constantly, and one connection member we found was of course Stell. Notable shots.
The gravity piece.
Yeah.
Also with the little heart thing above it.
True.
And the world, even though the world changes, love is forever. My love for you is forever. Until the end. Not forever. Until the end. Yeah.
Huli. And so our next piece is of Justin. The Justin part was the one you actually found straight off the bat, right? Because you found a timeline of his. Was 2009.
Right in the face. Yeah. Well, it's actually not that obvious, but this is the thing with filmmaking and storytelling. When it's really sharp, then they want you to focus on it, and it's also a technique they use. So when they don't want you to focus on something, they make it blurry, and when they want to focus on something, they make it obvious. Apply for scholarship now, that's the most obvious thing, and then you have a little few hints of the timeline right underneath it, 2009. Don't be the bully, you said it, that's also quite obvious. So they also have some hidden messages about what they think is important in life. Also with the education thing you see later in the high school. SB National High School, that's cool. Yep, SB19 National High School.
Yeah, good catch.
Finals coming, school activities, that's all just to make it a real bulletin or a real school board.
So from him, we didn't know, of course, this was his timeline, but afterwards we found it and it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Then after the shot of Sejun, of course, you see him holding the picture. You see the picture being made with an old school phone.
Yeah.
So
suits the 2009 timeline.
Yeah.
It's
Then,
not a smartphone, but you know, the transitional phone, which was in 2009. Yeah.
the few song who doesn't have
Few
it.
song. It's like the Nokias.
But Sejun is together there with Justin, of course.
Yeah.
And
And the two we don't know.
we don't know.
Yeah.
But we do finally almost find a name. You found something in the graphic of his.
Yeah, on the chest,
Yeah.
little logo. Also little hints, 1919.
Yeah.
Obviously, but it's fun to put the 19s in there, and the national school thing, and the book, and the fire torch.
Then he was like looking down and writing, and then you see that he's making a love letter to Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
We could then also find another date that was 2003, 2009.
Yeah, and some English words in there.
Yes. And Hindi, I know from it, it's no and sorry, and we found dream school and
Personal.
but
Sorry.
I didn't do the whole I can't
Sorry,
find
cool.
letters and try to guess what is this to make a whole sentence, because Google Translate will hate me for it and doesn't understand.
It doesn't work out.
So it doesn't work out. We skip that bit and just try to
If you're missing
extract some
something,
information from it.
Yeah.
So we know he's writing it for somebody.
Junior year.
Ellie, and then we've like connected the dots, of course, and we think that this is Ellie at the moment, and afterwards we found it, of course.
Yeah.
And they were smiling at each other. So you found a bit about she was looking at him and
Yeah. So we thought they're just smiling at each other, but he's writing. She looks over and he hides the letter he's writing. So in the binder, just like the individual teaser, the binder he just hides it. So he covers what he's writing. So Ellie at this point doesn't know yet what he's writing. Yeah. Secret message.
Secret message. So then the group walk outside with Sejun, then still walking, of course, 2009, so before.
Yeah.
With some of the members we do now know and we don't know.
In the back you see Sejun with his...
They already the couple. Indeed,
Exactly.
Justin not yet. With some. So we think she didn't give it yet. But then the storyline unfolds.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. We see her again reading a letter with the guy we still don't know yet.
If he even is a character or just...
But we have seen now a couple of times.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Walking with the group on the picture, now again. Then they're standing towards each other, and Justin is ready to give her the flower and the letter notebook.
Yeah, he wants to give the whole binder, which we
Why?
thought was a bit weird, but okay. He wrote the letter or declaration of love in his binder, and he wants to give the binder accompanied by a flower. Yeah, just like the individual clip, the individual teaser where he holds the binder. And that's what I think was a shame, that the teasers were in Tagalog, and I understand it's mainly for the Filipino audience. But yeah, for us it's too bad it wasn't
Not
in
helpful
English.
with the dissecting.
Not helpful. So we could only look at the anime transition and the props they were holding, and in this case it's the binder. So he wants to give the whole binder, but then
We find out in the storyline that she is accepted, and we finally found her a full name, like Alyssa Christine as Bernardo.
Yeah.
So we can.
Ellie is
just a shortcut of her, and she gets in the Aten
3 Mango Street.
Aten International Scholarship Committee, and she gets in for the full scholarship at the school 2009-10. So.
Yeah. So
that's what he said.
That's why we know 2009 was the final year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Timelines. So then he he hears the news, Justin, and drops the flower. Like I'm done with it. Oh, no, okay.
But yeah, he drops the flower.
Then at the end, like all storylines, you see him smiling, looking at the chair, the empty chair of Ellie, and he's still happy for her.
Yeah, exactly. And that's cool.
Yeah, dope.
Fully understand. And so he's happy that he got a full scholarship to the 18 international.
I think it's hard to swallow, but he got it.
Yeah. Eventually, he could break a smile yet again, like all the others.
So connection with the girl. Finally know the name, Ellie. And then we out there.
Yeah, Alyssa.
We got somebody. And connection members is Sejun from the picture.
Classmate. Yeah.
And the walking and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the classmate.
It's gonna be a long
episode. I'm gonna do some cuts, so
whoever is here, you already know why you're here. So it's not like
it's like a discussion about the video.
We only got the people who actually want to hear the whole thing. So hello 10 people, thank you for watching. I hope you like what we're doing.
Thank you for supporting.
Okay, so now it's on to the next. Josh.
Yeah, okay.
And the last one.
Did we do all of them already?
Yeah, the very first segment is already of his, but we don't know that yet.
No.
It's of 8 seconds of the swings.
Yep.
But it's still
empty swings.
Hold on. Timeline is 2009 because 2019 because of the bus with him and Sejun walking past.
Yeah.
So that's what we thought. The swings. Then you had an interesting take on this one.
The SB Transit, the bus. So I thought SB Transit obviously to public transport, but also it might be a transition. Yeah.
What you said.
So before the bus, you see the little burger advertisement. I think it's a wink, a little nudge to McDonald's, but maybe not. Let's leave that aside. Before the bus covers the screen, it's 2009, and after it passes, it's 2019. So it's a transition from 2009 to 2019, and that's when we get introduced to Josh's story.
Yeah, late in the game.
Yeah, late.
Because his first face is showing at 158.
Very cool.
Yeah, nice drawing.
Yeah, I like it.
And then I was confused in this bit. I think I just went over it too quick, so it's good we sit down towards it, because I was like thinking about like the shot on 2 minutes 4 is like he's thinking about the children he might have lost. I think I was like going in a way different direction.
What happened was because Sejun's storyline is quite dark.
Yeah.
That you thought maybe Josh's storyline, because he looks really depressed and sad in the first shots. Yeah. That it might be also someone's like really loss of children, which that must be horrible.
Thankfully we put the one and one together.
Yeah, you see the girl with the heart shirt, and he's just reminiscing of old times when he was little. And the playground that he used to play with his friend. Yeah. Which happened to be a girl.
X. So on the next slide we I don't see stuff yet, but
technical difficulties. But I think it's the tree.
Yeah, it's the tree. So the first time we see a name, with Athena.
Athena. Yeah, just
Forever.
Athena Forever.
So that's the second name we know. Yeah.
So we know there's a different girl in the story with a name. We know multiple girls, but this is another one with a name, Athena. Athena, Greek goddess. I kind of did some digging, which is probably not relevant, but Athena is the protector of artists in the Greek mythology. So I was like, because they're making art not only with this video but with their music, of course, so the music is protected by Athena forever. It could also be a play on 18, 18,
Yeah, I think
so maybe it's even double Athena, but
Josh loving Athena and Athena
in the storyline it's
18
Josh and
forever.
Athena. Yeah.
So we then see him having a small interaction with a girl.
A random girl who's
random
playing
girl,
around
yes.
because you see the ball rolling, and he
And now our guesstimates come in with
Again.
again.
Isn't everything a guesstimate?
It's
Sort
a
of.
guesstimate because we're not sure. We'll know after the comment section. We'll know for sure.
Yeah.
But
after this video airs.
we see a red bracelet, and with the red bracelet we saw before. But before we come to that conclusion, we see him holding in the hand, giving it to the girl.
Yeah.
So that's one shot. We think this is of importance because in a couple of 30 seconds I will tell you why. Because the next shot is him with Sejun in the bus. So the crossover comes in again, and those two together. So the shot after that, the girl with the bracelet is going to her mom with a guy we have no clue who he is. So just a family, another family. And then we see a shot of the woman actually having the red bracelet. So there are
Two red bracelets.
two bracelets, almost connecting the dots, but there are two more shots that are interesting. Her looking at Josh and looking a bit bewildered, and then the next shot is that I don't have is him looking like a little bit flustered.
Yeah,
and looking at her
surprised,
surprised
flustered.
mom.
Yeah.
So
Like, is that you?
yeah, we think the connection is Josh
She's Athena.
is the red band maker making all kind
Yeah.
of bracelets. So he made one before for the small girl, reminiscing an old relationship. Not seeing it at all anymore. And now
he's rocking the red shirt
Yeah.
and makes the red bracelets maybe, or he just has a bunch of them at home and he gives them to people who he cares about. Although the girl is maybe just came across, but at the right time he just gave the bracelet, and then
all of a sudden
you see the mother with the same bracelet, and we think that's Athena.
Yeah, and so the daughter is wearing the bracelet,
Yep.
and then
Mom
looking
and
back,
daughter.
and looking back at the other storyline of Ken in the reflection, and then clearly is the girl that's the, let's say, tomboy or
Yeah.
girl that has the red bracelet. So I think those interweave, and of course
That is the daughter.
timeline
Yeah.
wise, now
It
she's
makes
young,
up.
2019
Yeah, it adds
until
up.
2034. Well,
It adds
kind
up.
of, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he was also happy.
Yeah, the surprise face turned into his
to
little smile.
Smile face.
Yeah.
So the connection of him was with Athena, and the other connection was, of course, with Sejun in the bus.
Yes. So that's the timelines of the people.
And that's it. That was a lot. It was fun
Yeah.
to do, and then you see how much you missed in the original checkup.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to just go in the comment section and get all the juice from all the Atin members, because of course, because everybody's helping each other. And I
Yeah.
thought, why not make it a fun experience? It's a good MV. Just dissect it all the way, and then both of us look at it in a way like helping each other fill in the gaps.
I think
missed.
it was actually kind of
Fun.
cool
Yeah.
thing to do. We had fun actually walking through it together, like, oh, did you notice this? Did you notice this? A lot of little details, and it was like playing detective or among us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We still have a lot of other small details and little hints we thought are little Easter eggs, and maybe they're not, and you just
go ahead.
can help us out. But one thing we noticed were some flowers. At first we thought they're related to a person. So with Stell you see the same flower every time. With Josh you see the flower on the ground in the grass. And then we only saw 3 different flowers. So then we thought, oh, there are 3 different timelines. So maybe they're not related to the person, but to the timeline. And then I did some more digging about the flowers. I was like, there must be a something some symbolism with the flowers. So I looked up what kind of flowers they were because I'm not an expert.
No flower expert here?
No flower expert. And then I looked up the meaning or the symbolism of each flower. And so the first timeline, 2009, you see the tulip symbolizes fame and perfect love. So yeah, fame because they're famous, SB19, or they're getting famous. I think that might be better. So they're getting famous. It symbolizes them getting international fame, maybe, hopefully, and the perfect love. So they have perfect love for 18. The current, the 2019, when Hanggang Huli is released, is the lily, and you see the lily, and it was orange one. And the different colors also mean different things. So it was the orange one, and that symbolizes passion. So it's like, yeah, currently they're really passionate about what they're doing. They pour their heart and souls in what they're producing. So currently they're just filled with passion. And then the future is the daisy. That's the Stell timeline. You see it on the table. The notes are on the face with the daisy. And daisy stands for loyal love. And innocence and purity, but I think loyal love is the most important symbolism from this. So love till the end. Even in the future they will still or Stell or SB19 will still love the persons or 18 or whatever, but the love will be forever. Even the passion and the fame might fade away.
Yeah, it's crazy because first of all, no.
I hope we found something, and maybe we're just we tried.
It was dope to find like we tried to find notable shots and stuff. It was really hard because we were also like really digging into the timeline, so maybe some notable shots we just took in the timelines of the persons themselves, and some shots are maybe lost on us, so let us know for sure. But this one was a really nice found of Stefan of the symbolism of all the flowers, because I noticed the flowers and then all of a sudden you said, yo, there are even more
different, and they were really obviously different, so that's why I thought there must be something with it. So I just
it was nice
digging.
So the connections we couldn't find at all, or at least not really clearly, or the three rest in peace.
We had a lot of questions and we couldn't find answers with the people who passed away. So there was a tragedy in 2015 with the reunion, but then you look at the dates. Yeah, the dates don't add up.
There was only one
2015, and the other names, some are older, some died young, and we just couldn't connect the dots there. Also the names, one name was with the Del Mundo, I don't know. The last one was definitely the 2015, the young woman who died. That's definitely the person Sejun was coming for.
Melinda Tonio, 1977 to 2006.
So that's not 2015. She didn't pass away in the tragedy. So what I said before, like the things that are sharp in focus, usually that's because they want the audience to see it.
Information.
So if they want us to see it, why is it Melinda Tonio and why is it 77 to 2006 and not 2015?
Maybe a real meaning, like real life.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we were thinking maybe they're real life people who meant a lot to SB19.
Then the other one was in loving memory of Rosing Del Mundo.
Yeah, Rosing Del Mundo. That's what I mean with Del Mundo. The world. Rosing is, like changing or transforming. Yeah, transforming. Like
kind of like
changing
the
worlds.
name actually means something.
Yeah, so that maybe it's because they want to say even
another
the world
symbolism.
Is changing. Yeah, symbolism. Also, the dates were weird.
And then the last one actually is time-wise more.
It adds up. Yeah.
Obvious, although we had trouble.
And also the picture kinda.
Exactly, but it's not exactly.
Yeah.
So that's. But we think this is the one Sejun is staring at, and reminiscing of the accident. So we think that's his scroll, and also the one on the stand. But that's the only one we think we can place.
Yeah.
So that means we have 3 names of people.
Yeah.
How we found. So those were the biggest questions we had out of the whole story, and the rest is very well done, Justin. Good job.
Yeah.
It was fun dissecting. Fun. I always like when it's like hard to find the real thing, like the Easter eggs or the small pieces in a piece. For first time, I think. Is it his first time directing? I think so, but
I don't know. His background, maybe there's some.
He's young still, so.
Yeah, but maybe he's
true.
Still studying.
True.
Or...
Any more I wanted to say? I think that's pretty much it. We might have forgotten some things, and even I wrote it down. I forgot to translate. We even got the text from the trailer and tried to translate it. Maybe it helped with this, because some things, of course, are harder because we don't know Tagalog. So even the notes and stuff, maybe we have it wrongly translated. So let us know for sure.
We're always happy when it's in English.
Yeah. But it's really fun. There are pretty much going to be a lot of questions still. And if you have it or have even more additional information, let us know. We tried our hardest to do the dissecting. It was really fun to do, so no worries. Yeah. And we really did need to do the part 2, because in part 1 we would never have
We missed a lot of things. Yeah.
Okay, so it's really fun. Hopefully I'll see a lot of additional information in the comment section. Until the next time, we still have the fan fest everybody's telling us to see, but we wanted to do this first, so it will come in the near future. We know, just tell us, but we won't forget.
We're too busy. Okay.
Till the next time, deuces.
Thank you. Ciao.
Yo! Ooh.
Long video.
Yeah.